Construction on the latest solar project in Barnstable will soon begin. On this episode of Barnstable Today, we'll head to the transfer station to see the ground broken for a 4-megawatt project. It's Wednesday, November 27th, 2013. I'm Sarah Colvin. A grass-covered hillside at the Barnstable transfer station will, by springtime, be covered with solar panels ready to soak up the energy from the sun's rays. The project is one of several Cape and Vineyard Electric Cooperative Round 1 solar voltaic projects breaking ground across the Cape this fall. Town officials, CVEC representatives, and supporters gathered at the transfer station Tuesday afternoon for the official groundbreaking. Town manager Tom Lynch spoke first.
For many years now, the town of Barnstable has had a green agenda to reduce our municipal energy consumption. David Anthony has led a green team that has reduced energy consumption that we use in town buildings. We have a fleet of hybrids and have cut gas consumption in our town vehicles. We created a renewable energy commission and hired an energy coordinator, Richard Elrick, who's brought focus to all of our efforts that way. We recycle. We have wind turbines at the Water Pollution Control Facility. We have rooftop-mounted solar panels in our new construction projects, like the airport and the terminal. We incorporate energy savings strategies and attempts to get LEED certified. And the private sector in our town has also embraced our energy agenda, with many large companies putting up solar projects. So we on our part have partner with the Cape Light Compact and the Cape and Vineyard Electric Cooperative, which former town attorney Bob Smith really helped create. And that partnership is what's brought us to today. These are complicated projects with multiple layers, and that other song about it's not that easy being green is the way you could look back on this process, because there were a lot of fits and starts as we moved forward. So I want to thank Assistant Town Attorney Charles McLaughlin for his countless efforts that he's put into this project. With that said, we look forward to a profitable relationship with ACE. You'll be hearing.
Director of Public Works Dan Santos says he's looking forward to seeing the empty land begin to generate electricity for the town.
As the Director of Public Works, we have responsibility for the operation of this facility, and I want to let you all know that we've been working very closely with ACE, the folks that are going to be constructing the solar panels here, and it's primary importance that we maintain the operation here, that our residents and the folks that come here to the transfer station have no interruption in their service, and we've been assured, and we put planning in place that that will be the case. There's frankly going to be a small army of people working here over about 5 months when they do the construction, but we've identified areas where they'll be staging their materials, where they'll be having their construction trailers, parking, and there's just innumerable details that have to be worked out. But we've been working very closely with them to ensure that that will occur, and that there will be no interruption to the operation here of the folks coming to deposit their municipal solid waste or recycle. I'd also like to say that I'm delighted to be able to use a facility like this, where we're encouraging and working harder and harder on recycling and reuse, that we're reusing some land here for these solar panels. And it's just the ultimate in reuse, that we can use this space that otherwise is just going unused to generate electricity. I recall when I was in elementary school almost 50 years ago, there were the little photovoltaics they'd bring us and the samples of how this worked. And for years and years in my profession and my career, I've been told that eventually they'll be everywhere as soon as the price comes down. Well, I think we're finally here. We're seeing these more and more and more, and I'm just thrilled about it. And the other thing I wanted to make note of is that the size of these. It wasn't 2 or 3 years ago where the largest application on Cape Cod was, less than a megawatt. It was in the hundreds of kilowatts or thousands of kilowatts, and now we're into multi-megawatt systems. So this is really taking off, and I'm delighted that my department can be a big part of that. So thank you all for coming, and we look forward to the successful completion of this project.
Energy Coordinator Richard Elrick has details about the project scope and projected energy savings.
I also want to talk very specifically about some of the benefits and some of the specifics of the project. The arrays will be all over that hillside, along with this hillside behind us, and then on the other side of that hill there'll be another array as well. As mentioned, it's a very large project, 4 megawatts, covering about 17 acres, using over 14,000 solar panels. The estimated year one production will be in excess of 5 million kilowatt hours. The energy cost savings in the first year will be in excess of $275,000. And at the end of the contract, the energy cost savings that will accrue to the town will be in excess of $5 million. So you can see this is an incredibly important project from a fiscal perspective for the town. And I would certainly be remiss if I didn't mention the greenhouse gas emissions that will be avoided with this project, and they will be in the range of about 4,000 tons annually that will be avoided. This project is one of those perfect examples where you really have the capacity to go green and get lots of green. When we first heard this proposal presented to us back in 2010, I think it was, we didn't think, quite frankly, that it would take this long to get to this point, but we are incredibly excited to be at this stage and to be very excited about the production that's going to come.
Art Hennessy is the co-founder and chairman for American Capital Energy, the firm that won the bid to perform the solar installation.
This is a great occasion for us. All over Cape Cod, we're starting to put solar panels on land that, quite frankly, can't be used for anything else. If you take a look at America, the number of brownfields and cap landfills we have, you could produce 2.5 times the necessary electrical energy that's required if you covered them with solar. That's one thing. The other thing is the cost of solar has plummeted over the past 5 years, so that right now we are by far and away the cheapest form of energy you can have. If you remove the government subsidies that go along with oil and natural gas, they can't even compare with us. For example, people don't realize, but through direct government federal subsidies, every single oil well and gas well that's drilled in the United States, we as taxpayers pay for 100%. So this is a dream for me. I've been in this business now for 15 years, and to see solar allocated like this on natural landfills and brownfields is great, because one of the real advantages of solar is distributed generation, and by putting them on a landfill close to the power source, you don't have to build any huge infrastructure to get the power here, all right? Great savings.
And then it was time to break the cold November ground and prepare for the start of work. Construction is set to begin shortly and may be complete by the spring. Well, tomorrow, of course, is Thanksgiving Day, and with that day comes the tradition of football. And here on Cape Cod, we've got a high school football tradition that's more than a century old. The Falmouth Clippers and the Barnstable Red Raiders will again do Turkey Day battle this year. They're on the gridiron at Gov. Fuller Field in Falmouth. Kickoff is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Due to inclement weather, though, the pep rally that was originally scheduled for this afternoon in downtown Hyannis was canceled. Be sure to tune in to Channel 18 tomorrow as well for our annual football special. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Enjoy the holiday, and we'll be back Monday with more Barnstable This Morning and Barnstable Today. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.